Wolfenstein 3, Indiana Jones, or Quake? There are rumors about what Machine Games' next title will be. Let's get into it. Hey guys, hope you're well. Today we are talking about Bethesda's Machine Games and what title they might be releasing next. We already know that they're working on Indiana Jones, but two new updates that came this past week seem to hint that maybe that's not the case. First, we start with Bethesda's Pete Hines, who gave an interview with GameSpot after the Xbox and Bethesda E3 2021 games showcase on a variety of topics, including Starfield and Redfall. I will link the interview in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves. I highly encourage you watch the full 20-something minute interview with Pete. Towards the end of the interview, though, he gave an update on Machine Games and what they're working on. He speaks about Indiana Jones and the Wolfenstein franchise. Here is what he had to say.
Machine Games, a massive studio for you, great studio that produces some excellent games. What does a lot of people, especially in our community, very excited to figure out or understand or see what the future of Wolfenstein looks like? Is there anything you can tell us about, where that franchise is at and where even the studio Machine Games is at? Is it time for them to look elsewhere, or is it, they're working on a few things? So, what is the future of Wolfenstein?
They're working on the Indiana Jones game that we just talked about earlier this year, and obviously we literally just announced that deal, so you can make your own guesses at how far along that game is. They're in the very, very, very early stages of working on the Indiana Jones game. Where we are for Wolfenstein, or quite honestly any other franchise that we don't have announced plans on, we'll have to wait until we get to the point of wanting to talk about it. But you can put me at the head of the list of people who want to see another Wolfenstein game, so no worries there.
So starting with Indiana Jones, obviously this is a deal that was announced at the start of the year in partnerships with Lucasfilm Games, and based on Pete's words there, I think we can only assume that this one is really far off, 2023, probably 2024 at the earlier. So that begs the question, before that deal was announced, what was Machine Games working on? Now, way back in September of 2018, Pete confirmed development of Wolfenstein 3, saying absolutely, it's coming. The team wanted to do sidestep and tell the story within Young Blood, but they have ambitions to return to the main story arc. So unsure on where that game is. Obviously nothing has been announced, so whether it's in active development or not, who knows. And then we have another rumor that lends credence to the fact that maybe something else is on the way before Indiana Jones and Wolfenstein, and that is Quake. Special Nick, popular YouTuber over at Xbox Era, recently spoke to the fact that he has heard a rumor that Machine Games, in collaboration with id Software, is working on a new Quake project, apparently with a female lead protagonist, and it will have single player and multiplayer. It is just a rumor for now. He didn't confirm anything, and who knows when we might hear about it. Obviously QuakeCon is just around the corner, I believe this coming August, so maybe something gets announced there, or maybe this is something they save for 2022.
Yeah, I've been told that allegedly there is a new Quake game in development. And it was... let me see if it... I don't think it is just the id. I think there might be a few studios involved in this. Let me just... Hold on. Let me just read through. I don't think it is just id. But the other thing I was told, it's allegedly got a female protagonist.
Cool.
New for the series.
A girlfriend for the Doomslayer. Maybe. I don't know.
So yeah. And I asked, is it like, because Quake 3 Arena was the multiplayer game. I said, is this single player? Is it multiplayer? Is it both? And apparently it's both. It's going to have single player and multiplayer. So it seems like it's a full-on Quake game. Well, it says MG and ID helping, or id. So it looks like Machine Games might be chipping in with it.
Interesting.
Again, everyone remember, it's called the rumor mill.
Sure.
It's not the fact.
It's a rumor.
Mill.
My feeling is that something will release before Indiana Jones. Clearly, the team at Machine Games were working on something before the announcement of Indiana Jones and after they shipped Youngblood, which they worked on in collaboration with Arcane. So I have a feeling that something's on its way. The fact that we haven't heard yet about Wolfenstein 3 lends me to believe that maybe that's not the case. And I'm not sure how much stock to put into this rumor of a Quake reboot. So I'm really not sure where we land on this one, but it is my feeling that we'll get something before Indiana Jones, and potentially that rumor about Quake, being made by Machine Games, being supported by id Software could be true. id Software obviously just coming off the back of Doom Eternal and the DLC and updates they've been doing for that. Maybe they're stepping in to help with the workload on something like a rebooted Quake, so Machine Games proper can lead on Indiana Jones and go into full production for that title. Now, Machine Games, according to LinkedIn, sits just over the 100 mark in terms of headcount, so they're a sizable studio. On their website, on their careers page, they're also advertising right now for about 17 open positions, so they have ambitions to grow larger. I've got a feeling that they might want to target that 150 to 200 range, at which point that is a studio size that could work on multiple projects at the same time. So look, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Obviously these are all still rumors and speculation, other than Indiana Jones definitely being on its way, but like I said, and based off Pete's sentiment, I don't think that's coming anytime soon. So look, we'll just have to wait and see. It's some juicy rumors, and I'm really excited for whatever the Machine Games team work on and whatever they ship next. I hope we get to hear about it soon, but considering we just had the Xbox and Bethesda games showcase and they spoke about the 2022 lineup, maybe there's whatever comes next might not be until 2023 the earliest, unless they want to turn around a quick surprise. Obviously Bethesda proper and ZeniMax have a lot on their hands right now. They're on their way to shipping Deathloop this September on PS5 and PC, and Ghostwire Tokyo has gone a bit dark. That's meant to be slated for 2021, though I've got a feeling it might get pushed back to 2022. Again, we're just going to have to wait for an update from the Bethesda team. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I thought I'd just do a quick video to see, gauge interest on where this is at, and speculate with you guys on what we think might come next. Fingers crossed that it's not too far off, no matter what the project is, and we get a new game from Machine Games in our hands very soon. Anyway, if you like this content, guys, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel, particularly as I try to grow it in these early stages. And if you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe and give us some feedback in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, happy gaming.